All right, so today we're going to be going over yet another failed Apple board. And this one does not even look that bad. But in spite of not looking that bad, it doesn't work. So the problem that we're having with this 820-3437 is that it'll see the battery, it'll charge the battery, but it won't run off the battery. And as you can see in the upper corner over here, that it does see a battery is there. It has no problem sensing a battery is there. But as you can see, from the moment that the charger cable becomes unplugged, it turns itself right off. Now, we're fairly used to problems where the battery will not be seen by the computer. That's common. We've gone over that many times before. But battery seen by the computer, but not charging, but charging, but not allowing the machine to run, this is a fresh one, at least to my understanding. Someone says, I see NitroCaster solve the missing frames overlay thing. I'm still trying to get that thing to work. I spent 20 minutes screwing with it and couldn't figure it out. But we'll figure it out for the next stream. We're going to have a nice little drop frames overlay here, so we'll be able to keep track of how many frames Time Warner has dropped. So what are some of the reasons you think that a good battery, by the way, because this is a tested, known good battery, would be seen, would be able to get charged, but the machine wouldn't run off of it? Let's see who can guess what's going on here. This is an 820-3437. And go. All right. Does anybody have any guesses? If I donate 500, will you strip for... No. 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 Let's see. Any guesses? Charge circuit that switches from charger to battery. Good guess, but no. Good guess, but no. Did ISL or SMC? Another good guess, but no. What else? Come on. Oh, come on. Give me some good answers here. Where do we look? Current sensing. If those current sensing resistors were blown, it would actually keep it from turning on. When you have R7151 and R7152 blown, it doesn't turn on. Okay, what are the two power rails that need to be present for anything to work? The two power rails from which everything else is derived from. Yeah, let's go to the list and see if any of you remember. I'm going to go to page 60. Come on, keyboard. Really? My keyboard died? Really? Oh, what a piece of crap. Yeah, right in the middle of a stream. Ha! All right, so let's see if any of you can get the right guess while I find another fucking keyboard and plug it in. Since mine just decided to shit the bed. Maybe I just have to unplug it and plug it back in again. Keyboard? Wow, my keyboard really died in the middle of a stream. vCore and PP3V42. Not vCore. We need PP3V42. PP Bus G3 Hot and PP3V42. So which one do you think is going to be missing? Take a guess while I go to find a working keyboard. Damn, nothing's been working today. Steve's going to be really pissed when he finds out that I stole his keyboard. But, oh well. That's fine. That's fine. I'm sure he won't mind one bit. I'm sure he won't come in tomorrow screaming that he doesn't have a keyboard. Fucking piece of shit keyboard. Fix the keyboard on stream. Yeah, we're going to fix the keyboard at component level. That's a great idea. All right, new keyboard. Yeah, my luck. Did I spill something on my keyboard? Probably spilled something on my keyboard. Wouldn't that be funny? Let's see, does this one work? Interesting, neither of them work. All right, so I'm gonna have to scroll manually. I have no keyboard. That's hilarious. I have a mouse. Yeah, not even my caps lock or my scroll lock key work. All right, so we're gonna scroll manually. This is so lame. All right, so our list of... This is dumb. This is dumb. This is dumb. PP3V42. Let's see. Okay, so we have a list of rails down here. Let's zoom manually. So PP3V42 is going to power the SMC, which is, remember, we need the SMC in order for everything to turn on, in order for it to see the battery, in order for it to allow anything to work. The SMC has to turn on before everything else, and that's powered by PP3V42. And then we have PP-bus G3 hot. So let's turn on our meter and see what voltages are present when it's on and when it's off. Okay, so voltage. So the first place we're going to look is PP-bus G3 hot. And I can't type in PP-bus G3 hot. Actually, how do I flip the board? Paul, how do I flip the board? I got to go to, this is sad. Okay, view, flip board. Oh, this is lame. Not your software, Paul. My lack of a keyboard. Wow. You never know how much you appreciate this stuff until it's gone. All right, so with the charger plugged in, let's see what we get for PP3V42 is a winning 3.4 volts. PP-bus G3 hot is range 8.52 volts. Now do keep in mind, when the SMC is dead, PP-bus G3 hot will be around, somewhere around 5%, 3 to 5% lower than what it's supposed to be. Usually around 3% lower, and that's not what we're getting here. We're getting the 8.5 to 8.6 volts that we would expect. Now let's see when I unplug the charger. When I unplug the charger, PP-bus G3 hot is 8.5 volts. That's totally acceptable. That's what I would expect from a charged battery. But PP3V42 is 0 volts. So how do we get PP3V42? That's an important one. How do we get PP3V42? And oh my God, don't make me scroll. Don't make me scroll. Perhaps for whatever reason, Shitdos 10 is fritzing out and doesn't recognize keyboard input for whatever reason. Try testing on another PC. Jessa thinks my dad would fix the keyboard. Give him a call. And yeah, about that. All right, so we're going to scroll manually to find the PP3V42 page and pray to God that I'm scrolling in the right direction. Maybe I could copy and paste numbers. Let's see. I know it's U7090, so here. Let's see. I need a... This always happens once you start streaming. Okay, so we have a U. I'm going to copy. Bam. Paste. Now I need a 7. Find me a 7. Oh, this is so sad. Here we go. 70, right next to one another. Bam. That's jackpot. 7D. All right. I'm looking for U7090. Here we go. Look at that. Well, all right. So this is the 3.42 volt power supply. Now the 3.42 volt power supply can receive power from one of two ways. Remember, the SMC must turn on for any function to occur in the machine. Now, if the machine is being powered off of a battery, it will not have the charger, so it needs to be powered off of the battery. If the machine's battery is dead and you want to plug it in and have it work or charge the battery, you need the SMC to turn on, which means that it must be able to be powered from both the charger or the battery. It's the only power line in the machine that is going to receive power from two separate, distinct sources. So over here you can see that up here you'll see that the DC inboard gets 18 volts in. That's going to go through this rush transistor, and then you have the two different sources. So you have PP-bus G3 hot, which is the battery, or could be the charging circuit that creates PP-bus G3 hot around U7100, or it could be the charger. Now keep in mind that you don't want this to go to this. You don't want 18 volts to go directly to your battery. So that's what this dual diode is for. What the dual diode ensures is that the voltage from the charger does not go to the battery, the voltage from the battery does not go to the charger, and do something very nasty. So on input, I should be getting either 8.6 volts from the battery or 16 to 18 volts from the charger. Now, I have PP-bus G3 hot. Remember, while the machine has a battery plugged in, I do have PP-bus G3 hot present, and it's 8.4 volts, which is totally in specification for a charged battery. So let's try to follow this circuit along and see where the voltage fails. So at R7006 over here, this is going to act kind of like a fuse. So if anything happens, if anything is shorted over here, let's say one of these capacitors shorts to ground, rather than my battery being directly shorted to ground, we have this resistor here, which acts as a fuse. And the same is true for the DC in board. You don't want to deal with shorting your charger directly to ground. Windows has voice typing, yeah, but I don't want to fuck with setting that up on stream. That's going to be a waste of time. And people are going to leave and get bored because they're just watching me screw with something that doesn't work. So let's find R7006, and it looks like R7006 is over there. Let's get our microscope into view here and see what we have and whether we can fix it. So let's see. What does this look like over here? I just have a bad port. No, I tried a different one. I can't wait to figure out how to use the Nitrocaster plugin. I installed it, but I can't find it in Open Broadcaster. As soon as I find it, I'm going to have a drop frames Time Warner counter, which is going to be incredibly exciting. Middle click. Ah, you're right, Paul. Middle click will flip this off. Man, Paul thinks of everything. Okay, so look at that. And the thing is, when I opened this up, it didn't look like anything was spilled in it. And they claim that they never cleaned it. But again, that could always be a customer lie. So let's check the voltage on each side of this and see if we have anything. 8.4 over here. 1.3 over here. Now, I'm going to guess that there isn't a short circuit. Here's why. If there was a short circuit on the other side of that resistor that caused that resistor to die, that would also cause this resistor to die. So over here, we have the battery providing voltage to the PPVin G3 hot PP3V42 circuit. And over here, we have the charger providing power through R7005 to the PPVin G3 hot P3V42 G3 hot circuit. So if there was a short over here, that short would be this equally present for when the charger is plugged in as the battery. So I'm not even going to bother checking for a short after that. I'm just going to guess that this resistor died from, I don't know. I got tired of being in a Mac. It just got tired of knowing that every single day its purpose was to allow a Mac to live. And it decided to die. So the one on the left is giving me 10.9 ohms within specification, 10 ohm resistor, 5% tolerance, and my multimeter is a cheap piece of crap. So that's probably fine. But on the right, we have here infinite resistance open line, which means it's time to repeal and replace. So let's switch over to my microscope and let's repeal and replace that resistor with a better one. So time to get our hot air on, time to get our soldering station on, and go. Customers are always full of it working in MSP. I run into it all the time. It says, Laminerd1 in Twitch chat. Yep. Aaron says that resistor is pulling an Antifa and resisting too much. Yeah, it sure is. It sure is. I can't crop a display capture because it would require that I have the Open Broadcaster window on top, which I don't. iPad Rehab is here. Jessa the Rich is here. Da, da, da. Everybody wave to Jessa from the gold-plated porcelain styled home that she is waiting. Alright, so let's see. Can we get this off without hot air? It would be really nice if I could get this off without having to remove that Wi-Fi card. That is kind of wishful thinking, but would be so nice if I could. That Wi-Fi card is very much so in the way. Lundy says, blow up Mount Rushmore. They were slave owners. Don't forget FDR. He interns the Japanese. Do they make tweeters that can heat up in order to remove components like that? They sure do. They make hot tweezers. But I don't want to pay for them. Because I'm a cheap curmudgeon. Someone said I was jealous of someone's professionalism. Professionalism is a word that means nothing. It literally means nothing. Its meaning is whatever is inside the head of the person who's using it to bash on another person. Let's see. Where's my nozzle for the hot air here? Here we go. Okay, let's get ourselves a donor resistor. And hey, where's my bar? I don't see my bar. Damn straight. As I always say, if I don't shill for myself, then who will? Shilling is important. How come cheering isn't enabled? Because Twitch's system is so entirely effed that anytime I try to sign up for the ability to do that, it just sends me in circles and I gave up on it. I tried, I really did. Now that diode over there looks a little suspect. Kind of wondering. R&R? I'm thinking that diode could use a little bit of repeal and replace. So let's just get that Wi-Fi card out of the way just to make life a little easier for ourselves. We can take that Wi-Fi card out of the place to make life a little easier for ourselves. And get that diode the F out of here. Get that diode gone. These boards amaze me. I bought custom boards back from Burning Man that look better. Yep. Okay. Make ourselves a nice little solder bridge there. What's that red on your microscope, left and center? That is my software for the multimeter, which I forgot to shrink. I usually shrink that. There we go. That's gone. And we don't even need the multimeter right now, so I can just go bop. Bop. Bop, bop. Okay, let's plug our battery back in. See if anything blows up. Doesn't seem like anything's blown up yet. Eight volts. 8 volts. And on output by our coil, which is one of the most commonly damaged components, in spite of what you'll hear from Jessa Jones's propaganda, we get 3.438 volts, and I believe that this is ready to turn on. So let's unplug it again. I'm just going to give it a little bit of a clean, plug in the Wi-Fi card, screw the Wi-Fi card back in, and then we'll be out of here. The resistor is bridged. Oh, it sure is. That is as bridged as it gets, baby. It's as bridged as it gets. Yep. Totally bridged. 110% bridged. Bully Reaper says it's never the coil. Fake. Sure is, Tarman. Sure is. All right. Doesn't that look nice and pretty? Mm-hmm. One way to test our theory and see if this was right or wrong. Ahem. One way to test our theory and see if it's right or wrong. There we go. Apple logo. Fan spin. Which means that we are done. So that's it for today. That's what we do to diagnose a machine, that it will see a battery, charge a battery, but not run off of a battery. That's it for today. And as always, I hope you learned something.